Hi all, this is Yang. People call me Yang or Dr. Park. So I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce information systems for management, which is Management 3700. It is a required course for management majors, and you must have BUSA 2010, which is microcomputer applications, prior to this course, which is a prerequisite. All right. So I'm going to go through some of important piece of information. All details are there, but I'm going to just point out some things that you should not miss. Of course, you need to read the syllabus, right? And we're going to take all those courses out of Learning Management System, which is called GoView. So make sure you familiarize with GoView, okay? Because this summer is very short, right? We know that it's only 8 weeks, going very fast. If you're kind of behind, then it's very hard to catch up. The same to me, if I'm kind of behind the grading, then I'm going to take overnight for a few days to catch up. All right. Uh, let's just take a look. I have a online office hours by using Microsoft Teams. So not every Tuesday, I should say, at least 6 times during this summer, we'll have a Microsoft Teams meeting, 8 to 9 on Tuesdays. And those schedules are in the syllabus again. So that you can ask any questions you may have. I can also show you some important uh, tutorials, for example, Excel or any hands-on things you should know. Or we can go over tests or reviews, what we call. So make sure you understand that. And by attending this, you're going to have bonus point as well. All right. And note that the textbook is a open textbook, meaning it's not from the publishers, commercial publishers, and it is free, which is good. The downside is much of the materials are outdated. Okay. Well, it's really hard to get those textbooks are really up to date because the things changing so fast. So we just rather have an open book textbook as a kind of uh, guideline so that we can go by those topics and issues that uh, come out of those textbooks. Then we can always make up those gap uh, for any technologies or issues. So that's why we're going to do this with this open textbook. However, we're going to use Microsoft Office 2021 quite a bit, including Excel, Access, which is Microsoft database program. So I'm sure many of you have not used Access, and you should install Access if you don't have Access installed on your machine. Matter of fact, Office 365 version, which is cloud version, or sometimes we call it uh, web version, which is free if you download it from GSW website. Okay. Again, some are repeated here. Software talks about Office 2021 or higher, or you can download 365 from GSW website. And here are some examples that we're gonna work on in terms of hands-on features, including applications. We're going to use some Google Apps and AI related. Specifically, there's so many different type of AI. We're going to get into that, but we'll take a look generative AI, okay, rather than other types of AI based on machine learning and all that. Those algorithms are behind it. So ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, those are some examples you're going to have to play with. If you have already done it, great. You know how to use it at least. And database, in terms of database, we're going to use Microsoft Office Access, and we're going to take a look HTML, JavaScript, image editor. Those are the important tools for internet and web-based. And we're going to use file compression software, dealing with multiple files so that you can zip it or compress it. And text editor, which is very simple, very tiny editor, unlike Microsoft Office. So like a notepad or text edit in Mac machine. Okay. All right. So let's take a look our learning management system, which is GoView. So if you just look at the our site right away, you'll see the announcement, right? That's one of the most important features that you need to check almost every day, because I'm going to update what's going on in terms of assignments. I'm going to give you tutorials. I'm going to give you hints. I'm going to give you the bonus point. I'm going to give you all the schedules. So I'm going to give you some kind of summarized information over here so that you can go to whatever assignment, quizzes, those places under right here. For example, assessment will give you all those assignments, quizzes, and you can check out your grades, and you can log into ProctorU that we're going to get into that just a minute. So you should know how to use this menus. Okay, syllabus, content, assessment, communication. You'll see discussions over here. Then email, GoView email. You can check from right here. All right, and we also have internships. The link to the internship. So some information will be available for internship. And also we have a link to the free tutoring, which is tutor.com, I believe. Okay, I think they have a links goes to the some tutoring resources, including libraries, writing center, tutor.com, so then you can get help in terms of math or the other subject, also including Excel. So if you need a help for Excel, you can go to tutor.com over here, for example. Okay. So that's how you're going to use those menus at the top. Then more specifically, if you go to content, you can navigate those uh, learning modules, what we call. So syllabus is right here, or you can go right directly from here, or you can go from here, syllabus and start item. And if you look at syllabus and start item, there's one more item here, which is a couple of items actually, other than syllabus, which is guiding principle for AI use in academic work. Meaning, we have some principles or policies, college of business we have put it into. So it's more like a plagiarism policy. Okay, if you have used any of those AI tools that has been submitted in terms of assignment or other submissions, you must specify how you use it, when, what, those details, just like you showing as a reference or a citation. Okay, so that's what we have it here for the college of business. And also I have mine. So if you look at my syllabus, and here mandatory attendance quiz that you need to go through, and also 5 steps to succeed that we put it into, so that we're trying to help you out how to be more successfully complete this course, especially looking at very short terms, which is again 7 or 8 weeks long. Okay. In terms of module is I think you can take this module as a week. Okay, say equivalent to the week 1, week 2, and so forth. So each module has a multiple learning topics, what we call, or issues. Module 1 is basically introduction. Module 2 talks about IT, fundamentals of IT, dealing with multiple articles and papers and things like that. And also globalization is over there too. Okay. Uh, then module 3, hardware, software, and so forth. So that's how each module is consist of. And each module, you have those. Actually, I have a link. Actually, I copied all content. So it's same thing like you go to the online textbook, our open textbook, so which is a good thing. So that's our textbook for this first module. Then other supplementary information will be there. So for example, what is the difference between data and information, study questions, and assignment that you're going to do. That's the individual assignment. Then you have a quiz. So each module has a quiz. Quiz can carry few multiple choices or short answer, not more than 10, so pretty quick. So good thing about this is you have 2 attempts for each quiz. So even though you missed or you didn't do well, then you can try it again. Okay. So that's how each module is consist of. Okay. And again, each module can have slightly different, structure, but the, basically you have the almost same uh, items like assignment, quiz, and discussions for certain modules. You can go directly to each items like each assignment. You can go to each assignment right here if you click. I should be in student view. Okay, so that uh, same thing like you are looking at it. Assignments. Okay, you can go directly to quiz. Same thing to grades. Right, you can go to grades and check your grades, and it'll give you feedback, I believe, here. Or you can go directly to assignment. Then you'll see the feedback as well for each assignment. Okay, so that's how you're going to use this Go View what we call. So important thing is check announcement, okay, every day. Then go to content. Then go through each module for each week, right? Then if you have any questions, then you're going to send me an email or uh, just attend Teams meeting, okay? And just don't try to do it yourself. For example, if you're having a hard time, okay, don't spend hours by yourself. Okay, that's not a good idea. Okay, you need to tell me first. Okay, you need to ask me first so that I can help you. All right. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. So this is the grades component. So we're going to have 2 ProctorU tests. So ProctorU testing is another whole, you know, topic that we need to discuss, but maybe I can talk about the ProctorU testing in other video. But you need to create a ProctorU account so that you can schedule your ProctorU tests and you go from there. Okay, if you're first time taking ProctorU test, it's very important you go through those materials by go to that link and creating Proctor account, right? So yes, so our Proctor testing is already scheduled. Oops, just like that. So I'm gonna send our testing schedule to Proctor so that they can show their schedule on their system. Then you can schedule your test, whatever preferred time for you. Okay, so it's gonna take probably a few days to process, to load up, so that you can schedule your tests. So you can schedule actually test 1 and 2, way advance. And we have assignments for about 150 points, I believe. That's the chapter assignments, different from Excel or other hands-on assignment. Okay, we have Excel about 4 or 5 exercises. Then we have other hands-on in terms of database, internet-based, and things like that. And Teams meeting is, again, it's not required, but you get extra points by attending at least 3 times. Discussions in terms of participating into discussion board, then quizzes, about 90 points. Again, those points are approximate. This can be adjusted a few points here and there depending on what uh, each module will represent. All right, late assignment. Okay, rather than just things can happen, right? And then you may be late for submission for assignment or whatever. So I'll give you 3-day makeup days so that you can use 3 days, at once, even though it passed the deadline, or you can use 3 different times, right? So that you can use these 3 makeup days. However, once you used up 3 days, then there will be a penalty. But uh, the 3 days past deadline is the maximum. Okay, so there'll be no late submission after 3 days past the deadline. So be sure to understand this. And if you have any questions, let me know. And other tips here, technical assistance. Well, again, because we are, using internet and we are relying on all those machines, so things can happen. But I think you want to be on top of things so that it would not happen, especially when you take Proctor testing. Okay. Once you messed up with your testing, you need to go through time and extra money. You don't want to do that, right? So, make sure taking care of your machine and internet, and for example, just schedule your Proctor testing when there's not much traffic, like early morning, or morning hours if you can, or early afternoon hours rather than evening or rush hour times. All right, disabilities act, that's important. So if you need accommodations for your disabilities, make sure contact Office of Accommodations and Access. Academic integrity and plagiarism. I am sure you understand that. And if I have any of those things in terms of offense regard to in academic integrity and plagiarism, then student will receive F in this course. Happens twice, for example. same thing to AI tools. If you committed uh, same integrity issues with AI tools. Okay, you can use AI tools. Okay, I'm not against using AI tools. But thing is, you need to show or you need to specify whether you have been used, or if you used it, you need to show it clearly when, how, and what, and in all those important information. If you're not clear about this, or if you have any questions, let me know.